Before we get into this video, I want y'all to know that I am not a Warriors hater. I actually like the Warriors, you know what I'm saying? Especially when they were good. But I gotta call out BS when I see it, and the Warriors are full of BS. Steph went from shooting threes with Damian Lillard and playing with LeBron James to playing with a nigga named Juan. Before we get into this video, bro, make sure I slap that like button. It does well in the algorithm. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel. It means a lot to me as well. At one point, last game for the Warriors, they were down 68-94. And by the time you see this video, it might be more Warrior games in the future, but the problem still remains. They were down 68-94 with a team with Steph and Curry. What the hell? And the Warriors are like weird, bro. And I get the energy that they're trying to punt the season away, save face for Steph, or even till Klay comes back, which is stupid in my opinion. Steph Curry is 32, I think. You don't want to waste another prime year of his NBA lifespan, and you don't want to bank on Klay Thompson coming back fully healthy. Achilles injury, that's horrible. ACL injury, that's horrible. And I know Steph's game is not similar to like a KD or DeMarcus Cousins, who has similar injury history because he's off ball and he shoots a lot. But the way Klay gets open, he doesn't stop moving, just like Steph. So with the Achilles tear and the ACL tear, it's hard to maintain that same speed and that same motion, quick cuts and everything like that. Even if Klay comes back 110% healthy, you don't want to bank on that, bro. Basically putting the pressure on a guy who had two major NBA injuries to become the player you want him to be. No. And I think they're trying to say that to save face of how badly they have ran their organization this year and how poorly they have coached this year. Let me tell y'all what these Warriors did, bro. They didn't let James Wiseman play the whole game. Now, I thought he was out with COVID and I thought he had an injury or something like that. No, this man was benched. He wasn't starting. He wasn't even playing on the bench. He wasn't even in the rotation until the fourth quarter when the Warriors were getting blown out. And in the fourth quarter, he played the whole fourth quarter. He had 14 points, 6 for 7 from the field, and a three-pointer made. So this man was itching to get out of there. Now, if they had this production in the first, second, or third quarter, this man could have had a career high. But that's another whole problem. They're not trying to develop James Wiseman. Like, I think it's bad coaching letting your second pick in the draft play only the fourth quarter. Like, what's the difference between him and fucking Jordan Poole? Why are y'all trying to give minutes to Jordan Poole instead of James Wiseman? And in my opinion, I don't think the Dubs wanted to even develop James Wiseman. I think that they thought that James Wiseman was gonna be a surefire starting center that can help Steph with big body screens, can grab boards early and on. But the fact is, this man is 19, bro. He has barely played college basketball. He has had a little training camp, no summer league. This man is a little boy. He's not ready to play big minutes in a playoff series or anything that's competitive in basketball, just like most 19-year-olds in the world. So I think, don't get mad, I think that they should trade James Wiseman. And no, I'm not saying this because it grabs clicks and views, trading the number 2 overall pick in 40 games in a season. No, I think it works for both parties. James Wiseman, you can develop on a team that doesn't really need wins right now. They just need you to play and be productive so you can get better. The Warriors, y'all trying to win now. I think y'all trying to win now. You know what I'm saying? You got 32-year-old Steph. You got Klay coming off 2 injuries. You got Draymond falling off a cliff as we speak right now. And you have nobody else to produce. You know what I'm saying? Every young player on the team for the Warriors is garbage. So you need to get surefire NBA caliber players right now, because developing is not your forte. You know what I'm saying? At least right now it's not. Let's get somebody to help Steph with the screens. Let's get somebody to help Draymond Green, because that man been struggling, and get James Wiseman out of there. And I think they can do it, because you can offer James Wiseman, and that pick that they have next year was probably going to be top 5, maybe even top 3. I think they can get a star, or at least a borderline star, to help Steph Curry. And the thing about James Wiseman is that he's getting a lot of flack, but he's not getting nearly the run of any other rookie in his class, at least the top 10. Anthony Edwards can go out and shoot 8 for 30 from the field, and he will still get playing time, because you know why? He's a rookie making mistakes. Lamelo Ball is leading the charge in Charlotte. because he has the ball in his hands and they don't really care about wins, losses right now. But he's developing with playing time. Patrick Williams is starting on the Bulls. They don't really expect much from him right now. Y'all expect James Wiseman to be Wilt Chamberlain off the gate, and he's getting a lot of flack because Steph is not winning games. So they got to blame somebody else. Let's blame the 19-year-old rookie. And I already felt bad for James Wiseman when he got drafted because Draymond just said that he thought Lamelo Ball was the one. You're dissing your fucking teammate, Draymond. Your teammate with 2nd overall. Lamelo went 3rd. Why is you not having your teammate back? Draymond said, he texted his mom and said Lamelo Ball is the one. So in my perspective, I think Draymond would rather have Lamelo Ball over James Wiseman. That can ruin his confidence. Like I said, James Wiseman is 19, bro. He's a child. Just because he's 7 feet don't mean he's not a child. That can ruin your confidence, bro. And Draymond is so out there within the media. So imagine how he is in practice. And Draymond, you talk all that shit. You are the problem as well. You are averaging 6 points a game, playing 30 minutes a night, Draymond. Can you give us 11 points a game? The Warriors would be way better. Yes, I know he's a great defender. Yes, I know he passes the ball to Steph Curry. But if you give me 6 points a game as a starter in the NBA, you shouldn't have no right to talk or to criticize anybody. And I like Draymond. He's one of my favorite players because, you know what I'm saying, he went to Michigan State. I'm from Michigan. But you got to put the money where your mouth is, bruh. Now let's get started on why the Warriors are really struggling. Andrew Wiggins. Now, if y'all know, I'm also a fan of Andrew Wiggins when he got drafted. He was kind of overhyped. Not kind of, he was very overhyped. And then he got the tag of not caring about basketball or not living up to his expectations. So I wanted him to exceed those expectations, and I wanted him to be comfortable in his basketball self. And I think early on in the season, I think we were seeing what Andrew Wiggins can become. He can become a guy who can strap up, who can score. Now, Andrew Wiggins has taken leaps and bounds on defense that I would never even think that he would even take. He's the Warriors' best defender, in my opinion, and he's shutting guys down left and right. Congratulations, Andrew Wiggins. But not even Steve Kerr can seem to figure out why this man can't score over 17 points a game on good efficiency. The only reason why I think Andrew Wiggins was there, he has the opportunity to average 23, 24 points a game. Because when Steph getting tripled, quadrupled, the whole team guarding him, Andrew Wiggins has one-on-one opportunity to go crazy, and he doesn't capitalize. No, looking at his numbers, he's more efficient from the field and the three-point line, but he could capitalize so much more. If you watch the games, he can take these guys off the dribble. He ain't got it, and I need to see it. It's his 6th year in the NBA. Like, you are what you are right now. I hopefully this break can make Andrew Wiggins go berserk, or at least gain some offensive firepower for the Warriors, because at this point, Andrew Wiggins is just out there playing defense and may give you 15 points a game. And yes, some of it is his shot selection. He's shooting a lot of long twos, some maybe threes, but when Andrew Wiggins drives, that man is unstoppable. I don't know why he don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when Steph gets so much traffic from the perimeter, you can just drive, bruh. Now, Kelly Oubre. While Kelly Oubre is not as bad as he was when the season started, he's still inconsistent for my taste. His shot is still inconsistent for the Warriors offense that they run, and his decision making is horrible. That's gonna be like that forever. You know what I'm saying? Decision making, you really can't change that. And what the Warriors system is, their system is predicated off shooting, gravity, and decision making. Draymond has the decision making, not the shooting. Andrew Wiggins has neither. I mean, his shooting is decent and his defense is good. That's why Andrew Wiggins is on the floor. Kelly Oubre's shooting is inconsistent and his decision making is terrible. The offense that the Warriors run are not geared for these players. They're geared for Steph. They're geared for Klay and KD. Steve Kerr runs a high IQ offense, and it forces players to be out their element. I think it forces them to think so much because they're not used to thinking so much during the game, when they just second guess their shots or they try to be overly aggressive. So they don't really have a middle ground to even have a foundation, if that makes sense. And bro, don't get me started on the bench. Warriors have probably the bottom 3 worst bench in the league. Facts. You got Nico Mannion, Jordan Poole playing quality NBA minutes after they just got from the fucking G League. That's trash, bro. That's trash. The depth is trash. Like you can't have Steph out there with some guys who barely can play basketball. That's not gonna work. And the Warriors were great in that aspect as well back in the day. They had depth. They really had no holes. And now they're getting exposed, and Steph is over here yelling at teammates because they can't play simple basketball. Don't get me started on Wanamaker. I don't want to hear it. But hopefully they get better, because I heard the Warriors are very aggressive in trade talk. So hopefully they trade James Wiseman for the Warriors' sake and his sake, with also that first round pick. Basically, everybody is tradable except Steph Curry, and I don't want them to trade Andrew Wiggins just yet. I think he has a place in Golden State. He's got to find that place. Kelly Oubre, you can go. You know what I'm saying? You was already in trade talks earlier in the season. Kevon Looney, Eric Patrick, everybody can go. There's no young player on this team that's very promising in the Warriors system, and it just makes sense. That'll be all for this video, bro. Make sure you like and subscribe. I am doing this every damn day. Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. And yeah, man, I'm off for this video, man. I'm out. Peace.